Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. I'm here today to bring you a discussion video on the second, I think it is, teaser trailer for the One Piece movie that's coming out soon, One Piece Stampede. So based on this new teaser and the little information we got within the article that was given to us with, it's kind of shaped a small opinion and how I think this movie is going to be. This the first one didn't do nothing. I was just like, okay, I need more. But based off this second one, I'm starting to think some things, and they're not necessarily good. They're not necessarily good. But you know, if you haven't seen the teaser, there'll be a link to it in the description box as per usual. But I'm just going to talk through some things. So first thing, we flash through all the different short hats: Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, etc. Then we get Law. I think this is an order, but yeah. Anyway, we get Law, a picture of Law flash through this trailer, and I was like, oh, okay, Law's in this movie. That's quite good. That's all right. That's cool. I can deal with that. It's only Law, and you don't see the rest of the Hearts Pirates, but one can assume that the Hearts Pirates will be there as well. Probably not main focuses on the movie because hence they're not in this teaser, and you know it's usually all the main characters that are shown early as possible, so you know who's I'm going to be invested in the movie. So probably not main characters, but it's more than likely when the action takes place at the end of the movie they will be involved. Sadly, I would have preferred to have them more involved in the movie so we can flesh out some of these characters, because I can't remember when it started, but for a long time I've wanted to know more about the Hearts Pirates, and that's everybody, not just including Beppo and the two guys that we've seen the most of thus far. Next thing I mentioned, noticed, sorry, is Chopper. I mean not Chopper, Smoker and his friend. I forget her name, but they're in the movie as well. I took a pause at their little appearance, and if you look at the way they're dressed, it seems that they are incognito, posing as pirates, and I think that that's probably the case simply based off of some stuff that's mentioned in the article earlier on. I'll go into that after. I can't remember the next one, but the next one I'm going to talk about is the fact that I noticed Buggy is also in this movie. And I didn't notice Buggy at first. The first person I noticed is Mr. Free. Secondly, I noticed Alvida, the first person Luffy ever fights. Then I noticed her. So one can safely assume the one in the center point is Buggy the Clown, and it seems likely that it is him, and obviously because of the two people that I mentioned, but not just because of that, but because of what we know, or what you should know about the main antagonist for this movie. So the second thing I'm going to talk about is the next one I'm going to talk about is the antagonist for this movie. So I think we have two, but one will be main. And so we have Douglas Bullet, who is said to be a former member of Gold Roger's crew. Now, immediately upon hearing that, I got gassed. Not gonna lie, I got excited. But when you go back and look at those words, a former member of Gold Roger's crew. Let's take a look at Gold Roger's crew. Now, Rayleigh was a former member of Gold Roger's crew. Now, Buggy was a former member of Gold Roger's crew. You can see what I'm getting at here. Just because Bullet is a former member of Gold Roger's crew doesn't mean he's going to be elite. Doesn't mean he was top tier Gold Roger's crew. He might be one of the scrubs that just was scraping by in Gold Roger's crew. He might be part of the weakling trio of Gold Roger's crew. So yes, initially I got gassed, but then when I deeped it, this could possibly be the case. What does save him a little bit, in my eyes personally, is the fact that we know that he's going to square off with Luffy, and one can only assume again that when you see Gear 4 within the teaser, that's who Luffy is squaring off against. Now, The fact for me anyway that it was Boundman that we saw, the one that Luffy, the form that Luffy has used the most within the series thus far, and the manga as well thus far, does cause a bit of concern. If it was Snake Man, I would be a little bit more hyped for Bullet. For the versus fight between Bullet, but because it was Boundman, it's like, ugh, you know, what's his name from Film Gold? What's his name? Gold. The main antagonist for Film Gold. He had a little square off with Gear 4 Bound Man. And that was fairly easy. So for all we know, Bullet could be getting fairly easily worked by Bound Man as well. The saving grace for that is we saw Rayleigh take on Bound Man. So hopefully Bullet has an easy time with Boundman, similar to how Rayleigh had an easy time with Boundman, even though that stuff we saw in the anime was filler. So I'm hoping that's the case, and then he goes into State Man against Bullet. I also want to mention that Oda actually went through the troubles of designing Douglas Bullet himself and the other character, the Festa, the other character that he designed for this movie as well. But Bullet is the one that's part of Gold Roger's crew, so the whole thing. Are movies canon? Are they not canon? Where can they fit into the timeline? Whatever. But I don't know if this movie is going to fit within the series. So technically, it's going to be non-canon, as most. I mean, yeah, all the One Piece movies are. Pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure when it comes to the character, especially looks wise, that's canon. That's canon. We probably will run into a Douglas Bullet within the series, the manga series, at some point, and it will look exactly as he did here. But everything else that we see about him, could be wrong, in the movie will probably not be canon. So I don't know, a backstory as to why he's left Gold Roger Pirates, if that's what he did. But I'm mostly thinking at the moment about feats like his strength, his speed, his durability, etc., etc. I think these will be nerfed within the movie because Luffy's got to win. Luffy's got to win. He's got to come up at top. Everything needs to be wrapped up within this movie. So Luffy's got to win. So I'm pretty sure when it comes to feats and stuff, and that kind of stuff, Douglas Bullet will be nerfed. But I'm pretty sure we will get a canon Douglas Bullet in the manga someday. Speaking of Gold, because I did mention that movie, what I'm getting from character info, because there is another main antagonist, and there's another antagonist who works alongside Bullet, and he's said to be a promoter for a fair for pirates. And now, when I heard that, I'm thinking, okay, this movie started to sound a lot like Film Gold, where they went to the casino area having a good time, and then they got wrapped up within the troubles of what was the main antagonist's name? But you know what I'm talking about. I'm starting to think that this movie is going to be the Straw Hats going to this fair, having fun, and then getting into trouble. Very similar to Film Gold. So it's for those reasons that my expectations, even though they weren't high to begin with, because of what I thought of Film Gold, now that I know, well, you can assume this is the premise. We don't have I don't think there was a definite plot there, but you can assume that this is the premise of the movie. And now, plot-wise, anyway, I'm not looking forward to this movie. The facts could always save it. But for the plot-wise, right now, presently, I'm not looking forward to this movie. And now I think that was everything I wanted to say about this little teaser trailer. If you haven't seen it, go check it out for yourself. But yeah, if not, I'll just add it into the video when I've had the chance to relook at it again. But like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.